Let my soul bless Yahweh, the great King. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stones, thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say, Hallelujah. And they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be Yahweh, which have extolled it forever.
Revelation chapter 21, verse 18. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. Shalom Yasharahla, peace Israel. Call Allah Allahayinawa, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash. All praises to our power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. Shalom. Job chapter 36, verse 7. He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are on the throne. And 2 and verse 4. Beginning at verse 3. Jerusalem is built as a city that's compact together. Whether the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. But there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. This is a big thing, man, because we are a part of power that we can't fully comprehend right now. We are a part of something that's beyond this world, beyond this earthly realm, but it's going to be established on this earthly realm, on this earth. Okay? Because as it tells us in the Lord's Prayer, on earth as it is in heaven. Yes, our kingdom will be on the earth, but the order, the prestige and the honor, the majesty, but beginning with the order, that's coming from the heavens. And along with that, the glory. Okay? So what we're a part of is well worth it, man. Okay? It's more than worth it.
But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS whom rule well, teach well. All right, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. All right, with Brothers GMS Mississippi Camp, all right, coming with another live stream, and this is pretty much, we're going to ride the wave, all right, dealing with this clown, this proud Edomite, all right, Matt Walsh, as he, is pretty much, beating his chest, in white pride, and demonizing, the northern tribes, that was over here in America for these devils came, okay, in their pure wickedness, to destroy, great rob, murder, okay, destroy, take, deceive, okay. So we're going to go into a few things, and we have to understand that we are a people of wisdom, and even in our lower state, all right, you see glimpse, of greatness, amongst Jake, you know, and it's a token that we are the Lord's people. So in this, series, the Lord willing, this can be a series me and the brother, can go into for the next couple of weeks, just highlight, Jake's contributions, to, history, okay? And just relating these things to the scriptures, man. All right, because Yasharahla, all right, he prince of the power, we're a people of wisdom. Okay, and it says it in the scriptures, and you see it real time. Okay, but we know we under the the umbrella of Edomite supremacy in the earth. All right, as the scriptures say. Matter of fact, um, uh, let's get there first. Over brother can post it. I'm gonna get this in. But a brother can post that Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. All right, verse 1. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this in Jeremiah 51. And we'll get into that in verse 19. Let's see. Well, yeah, you can go ahead and read that, bro, and then we'll get that Wisdom Solomon 5 and 1.
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, we can hear Jeremiah 50 and 19, Bible show.
Come. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 19. It says, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts is his name.
Yeah, because you go up in the chapter, the Lord, is talking about the idols, of the heathen. Okay. But then when it comes to, the power of Jacob, all right, our power is not an idol, it's not a dumb statue. We serve a living power. We serve a power of knowledge. Okay. And that's one thing that he endowed, his sons with, and his daughters, is a level, of knowledge and creativity. Okay. Which of course the man, getting the greater portion. All right. But as we're going to go into these things, you see even, Israelite women, playing a part when it comes to the ingenuity, of certain things of society, man. So it says the portion of Jacob is not like them, and our portion is Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. Okay, and this is why we're not like anyone else. Okay, he is the former of all things, which he created all things. And Israel, all right, is the rod of his inheritance. Israel is the possession. Okay, the Lord of hosts is his name. So we're the Lord's people. So there's certain qualities that we possess, okay, that's above, these people, even, like I say, even in our lower state, the scriptures speak about, he that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches, man, because Jake still, is a role model, in society, in their lower state. All right, that's why you can have a random Jake, singing on the sidewalk over in the city, and he can draw a crowd, or Jake dancing, in the street corner, okay, or whatever, and they still can draw a crowd. They still got this pool of influence, man. And this is why Esau pushes most of his wickedness, through Jake, because Jake just got that natural attraction, okay? It's because we the Lord's people, all right? And what we've awakened to is the right-hand side, to where we're attracting, the elect, okay? The talent that we have, the teachers attracting the elect to this word, okay? So let's read this in the NLT, bro.
It's the same thing that Jeremiah, what was it, 13?
Yeah, it's the same one.
This is in the NLT. It says, but Yahweh Shem Yahushua, power of Israel, is no idol. He is the creator of everything that exists, including his people, his own special possession, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua of the heaven's armies is his name.
Yeah, so we have to remember, that we're his own special people, and we was created to be above these people. And it's not a thing of pride, it's really a thing of responsibility because we were supposed to be that righteous, that influence and righteousness, man. Okay. So we fell off because we didn't take that responsibility seriously, man. Okay. So the Lord, all right, brought us down, okay, because we fell away from obedience, because there was a stipulation to us being, all right, above, and that was us being in order. Okay. So you can read this, Deuteronomy 14:2.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh Shem Shah thy power, and Yahweh Shem Shah hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto themselves above all the nations that are upon the earth.
Yep. So we was created to be above the nations of the earth. Okay. So there's certain qualities that we have that's always going to be above these nations, man. Okay. But without obedience, we're not allowed to come into power. So no matter how much smarter, how much stronger, Jake is, how much wiser Jake is than these other nations, when we're not in good standards with our power, we have to suffer the bottom. All right. So that's why the biggest threat, to this devil's infrastructure, his power structure, these Edomites, is Israel getting back, all right, in good standards with their power, man. Because naturally Esau knows that we above all these nations, especially his ass, man. Okay. And he knows that. That's why he has to push constant propaganda. All right. He always has to, try to destroy Jake, through the drugs, through the food, through the music, through turning, through weaponizing a woman. There's a lot of emphasis put on Israel, especially the Israelite man. All right, because he knows, all right, that we are an above people. Okay. And as we get back in good standards with our power, okay, you see the devil, he doesn't have an answer, man. Okay. So let's get into this first video. And this is a good one with no, you got it, bro.
And I was gonna add to what you were saying, the water. And it's just like when you look at it from a form of Superman and kryptonite, his source of in our case, our source of our power and our wisdom and everything comes from Yahweh Shema Shah. And if you don't take care of that source or handle that source the way you're supposed to, which is us upholding, our end of that is abiding by the obedience of Yahweh Shema Shah, then Esau knows that as long as he's realized that as long as we're away from Yahweh Shema Shah, we continue to depart and go off. He knows that that's our kryptonite. That's why I brought up Superman. Like he's really strong, he's invincible. But once that kryptonite hit him, he powerless. Once we tend to go away from Yahweh Shema Shah and start getting into all that everything else, that's that kryptonite for us.
For sure, bro. We lose every time. Trying to do it our way, we lose every time, bro. So yeah, let's get this. Let's get this real quick, and then we'll play some of this first video, bro. You got it.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
Yep. And see, this is what the Lord, has put the spirit of boldness, all right, on the house of David, man. To stand bold in righteousness, first off to confess, the glory and strength of Yahweh Shema Shah and his works, because the devil has created society, where people look to him as a God. Okay, when that's false, man. This guy's a major imposter, man. But he parades himself around the earth, all right, as if he's on, like he is going toe to toe with the wisdom of the Most High, as he boasts in, certain technology and feats and particular things. And a lot of these things that these devils are able to do, they wouldn't even be able to do without these inventions of Jake, And the Lord blessed this devil on the left-hand side to, go into nuclear physics, which that's for his own destruction, to tap into particular things. All right, but this devil uses his technology for wickedness, man. Because you look at the things that Jake was inventing, they made day-to-day life easier. Okay, and Esau takes it and turns it into death. Okay, so as the Lord has put that spirit of boldness on his men, we proclaim all these things, man. Because one thing that these devils don't do, they don't give reverence that wisdom comes from the Most High. Okay, they worship these particular men, these particular Edomites. Okay, as if the source of wisdom comes from them. Like it's because of them that these things are. But nah, man, it's because of Yahweh Shemal Shah. All wisdom comes from him. And right, and Esau doesn't reverence Yahweh Shemal Shah, man. He reverence himself, man. So yeah, we're gonna get this, just to show a few things that Jake, was inventing, So we'll play this, skip around a little bit, and it's just like part two, of like 100 things, and there's many more. Okay, but we're just gonna go through a few, and then we're gonna go into the Moorish Empire, how the Moors really put Europe on the level. Okay, which they were Jakes, okay, mainly of the Southern Kingdom, but they were Jakes, So let's let this play, and we'll go from there.
Welcome to the part 2 of our series on the 100 Black inventions that changed the world. In a world where the media often ignores or hides the accomplishments of Black inventors, it's important to recognize and celebrate the amazing things they have created. Black inventors have faced many challenges throughout history, including slavery, discrimination, and racism. Despite these obstacles, they have amazed the world with their intelligence and creativity, leaving a lasting impact on our lives. In this video, we want to highlight the incredible intelligence, resilience, and artistic talent displayed by Black inventors throughout history. From groundbreaking technological advancements to life-saving medical discoveries, from inspiring artistic innovations to important social contributions, this series will showcase the wide range of Black brilliance that has influenced our world. Before we get right into the video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can catch all the parts in this series and keep informed of our eye-opening Black narrative. Number 80. Folding Chair. On July 7, 1911,
So, we doing this?
If we do, there goes movie.
an African-American man named Nathaniel Alexander of Lynchburg, Virginia, patented a folding chair. According to his patent, Alexander designed his chair to be used in schools, churches, and other auditoriums. His design included a bookrest that was usable for the person sitting in the seat behind and was ideal for church or choir use. While Alexander's folding chair was not the first folding chair patent in the United States, his innovation was that it included a bookrest, making it suitable for use in places where the back of one chair could be used as a desk or shelf by the person seated behind. This would certainly be convenient when setting up rows of chairs for choirs, so they could rest music on the chair ahead of each singer, or for churches where a prayer book, hymnal, or Bible could be placed on the reading shelf during the service. Number 79. Automatic railroad car coupler. African-American inventor Andrew Jackson Beard was born a slave in Jefferson County, Alabama. Emancipated at age 15, he became a farmer and then built and ran a flour mill. In 1890, while living in Woodlawn, Beard patented improvements to the Janney coupler, making the mechanism safer and more efficient. The coupler Beard improved was used to hook railroad cars together, and to be operated required the dangerous task of manually placing a pin in a link between the two cars. Beard himself had lost a leg in a car coupling accident. Thanks to his design, the coupling could be now performed automatically. Beard received 2 patents on the innovation, with the first being sold for $50,000 in 1897, equivalent to $1.8 million in today's money. His improved coupler was the first automatic coupler widely used in the U.S. In 1887, the same year Beard's first improvement of the automatic coupler was patented, the U.S. Congress passed the Federal Safety Appliance Act, which made it illegal to operate any railroad car without automatic couplers. Beard's invention was a forerunner of automatic couplers used today. Number 78. Stainless steel scouring pad.
So if he would have kept that patent, his family would have been insured by having those government contracts of them couples, man. It would have been like a Tesla, or SpaceX, a Lockheed Martin, because, since the government, made that mandatory, so that patent, like they would have been crazy billionaires today. If he would have kept that patent. And Esau, that's why he didn't mind giving Jake $50,000, for that invention. We're gonna skip through. Let me go here. All right, because even when you go into on the medical, okay. Let me see. I want to start here. Jump here, yeah.
Number 75, self-lifting farm elevator. Around 1930, African-American inventor William Chester Ruth improved on the farm elevator, a steel chute with chain and slat movement to carry grain or feed bags, hay bales, ear corn, and other products up into a truck, corn crib, or hay mow. Ruth's version of the electric-powered elevator had closely fixed but separate gears for activating the chain conveyor and for raising the elevator. The simple pull of a lever transferred the power of the motor between conveyance and elevator height adjustment. Ruth's self-lifting farm elevator saw widespread adoption, including in the commercial mushroom industry next door in Chester County. Number 74, automatic lubricator for steam engines. While working in a home-based machine shop in Ypsilanti, Michigan, Elijah McCoy would invent an automatic lubricator for oiling the steam engines of locomotives and ships, patenting it in 1872 as Improvement in Lubricators for Steam Engines. Automatic lubricators were a boon for railroads, as they enabled trains to run faster and more profitably with less need to stop for lubrication and maintenance. By 1899, the Michigan Bureau of Labor and Industrial Statistics reported that the McCoy lubricator was in use on almost all North American railroads. Number 73, amputee self-feeding device. While working at the Bronx Hospital in New York at 37 years old, Bessie Blount invented an electric self-feeding apparatus for amputees. She used plastic boiling water to mold the material, a file, ice pick, hammer, and some dishes to create a prototype of her invention. The device had a tube to transport individual bites of food to the patient's mouth. The patients would bite down on the tube, and then the next portion of food would dispense to the mouthpiece from the attached machine. This allowed patients to control how much they would eat without assistance from others. Today, she is known for pioneering the first electric device for feeding amputees. Number 72, control unit for the artificial cardiac pacemaker. The artificial cardiac pacemaker is a medical device that helps regulate the heart's electrical activity and maintain a normal heart rhythm. It consists of two main components, the pulse generator and the control unit. The control unit, also known as the programmer or external programmer, is a device used by healthcare professionals to interact with and program the settings of the artificial cardiac pacemaker. It allows them to adjust various parameters of the pacemaker to meet the specific needs of the patient. Otis Boykin, an African-American inventor, is credited with inventing a control unit for the artificial cardiac pacemaker. Number 71, X-ray spectrometer. George Edward Alcorn is an African-American inventor best known for inventing the X-ray spectrometer, which earned him the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center Award for Inventor of the Year in 1984. The X-ray spectrometer is an important scientific instrument with numerous applications across various fields. Scientists can use X-ray spectrometers to determine the composition of unknown materials, identify impurities or contaminants, and assess the quality and purity of substances. X-ray spectrometers also play a significant role in archaeology and art restoration. They are employed to analyze ancient artifacts, paintings, and cultural heritage objects without causing damage. By determining the elemental makeup of these objects, researchers can gain insights into their origin, age, and authenticity. In 2015, Alcorn was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame for his invention of the X-ray spectrometer number 70. Illusion transmitter African-American inventor Valerie Thomas would devise one of the most impressive inventions of the 20th century that still has applications today. She is credited as the inventor of the illusion transmitter. a device that would send three-dimensional images across a distance, making them look as if they are in front of the mirror. In simple terms, imagine your television could project the on-screen image directly into your living room as a three-dimensional image. In operation, concave mirrors are set up on both ends of the transmission to produce the illusion. The net effect of this is an optical illusion of a three-dimensional image that looks real on the receiving end. This brilliant innovation placed Thomas among the most prominent Black inventors of the 20th century. NASA continues to use her technology and is exploring ways to use it in surgical tools and possibly television and video. Number 69. Gas masks. Garrett Morgan is already well known as the famous
Yeah, so you can see, Jake was inventing, everything from a folding chair to x-rays, and I want to go here and just get a few more inventors. You can watch the rest of the video. I'll put the link up. And there's a few more videos, just, things to know going into different inventors. But you go here because they credit Thomas Edison with creating the light bulb. But if it wasn't for Lewis Lattimore, all right, who made the carbon filament for the light bulb, Thomas Edison, wouldn't be able to, all right, have a light bulb that stayed on. Okay, so it was Lewis Lattimore, all right, that created the carbon filament, for the light bulb. Okay, and then you have here, Eve, all right, Alex, what's her name? Yep, Alex H. Parker. She created the gas heating furnace in 1919. All right, she invented that, inspired by ineffectiveness of her fireplace during cold New Jersey winters. Because Jake get creative in necessity, man. Okay, so a lot of things that we use today, to make life, easier, was a Jake, make things safer. All right, a lot of it goes back, to Jake, man, the traffic light. Okay, they go back to Jake, this guy here, Garrett Morgan. Okay, born in 1877. All right, was the son of formerly enslaved parents. So Jake was fresh out of slavery. Okay, and they began innovating. Fresh off the cotton field. All right, fresh out of hardcore captivity, and Jake, started immediately, to innovate, to show you that Jake is not naturally what we see today. These YNs, these niggas were born for the missiles. These young niggas, the nigga woman of today, they was born just for the missiles, man. Okay, so Jake in their natural state, is a people of wisdom, a people of ingenuity, because we're the Lord's, chosen people. Okay, now I want to get this video. You had something, bro? You had something you want to say?
Nah, bro, keep going. You cooking, bro. Go ahead.
All right, I'm just gonna get this video, and then we'll go into the precepts.
Come on. Or while you getting it, I can't add to, it just shows that as soon as we start getting in that element, Jake is designed to prosper. It goes back to what you said at the beginning. That's because we're Yahweh Shem Shai people. It's in us. It's natural for us to make things better.
Yep. Then we're people of life. Like I said, Esau, he takes, creation, things that are meant for good, and he turns it into death, because these same inventions, like I said, Esau, turns everything, into a form of death, a form of manipulation, man. But Jake was creating things to make day to day easier, and even safer, man. Because it was Eve that came up with the security system. When you go into it, this the brother GMS in his likeness, the brother Damawatia. Shalom, bro. This is Matthew. You can read it, bro. So
I was just looking at it. To the spirit. It's the Matthew. This is GMS in his likeness. Matthew 5:13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
Go
It is this. Go ahead.
Now you got it.
it is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men.
Yeah, and when you go into salt, where Jake got that flavor, but ultimately on another level, salt does what? It preserves,
Mm-hmm.
So Jake got the spirit to preserve life, That's why certain invention, a lot of things that Jake would invent, it will be for the preservation of life, especially going to the medical field. Okay, things that Jake was creating, even things that make work easier, which is, lighten up the load on your body is to preserve, your body. So Jake, has that spirit to naturally preserve. And right now the elect, are the salt of the earth, with the wisdom that's going to preserve the elect to salvation, you know. So let's get this video and then we got a couple more precepts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this dealing with the because you had that guy Matt Walsh, boasting because then Edomites love to boast on the how civilized Europe was, before the Esau came and colonized what they call the New World. Okay, they want to boast on how civilized Europe was. Well, Jake ruled Europe for 1,000 years. Okay, and the customs and the manner and the etiquette. Okay, and the courts, the balls, and you go into those customs of nobility and class. It comes from Jake, man, being in power in Europe for 1,000 years, man. Okay, and the Moors, played a major part in helping Europe, develop to what it was, man. Because even they talk about, Roman laws, that uh, play a part with today's civilization. Where a lot of their Roman law, all right, came from the guy Justinian, all right, which he was of the Byzantine Empire when Jake was ruling Rome, all right, for 1,000 years. Okay, when you go into the czars, okay, of Russia, there was Jake. Okay, you can go into the different kings of England and Scotland and Ireland. See, those were Jake's. Okay, so Esau boasts on the this how civilized Europe was. Well, that's because Jake set that up. You devils just snuck in. It was just time for you devils to come back into power. You wiggled your way, back into all right positions of power. Okay, and you had a few centuries, to pretty much just enjoy, what Jake had built up. Okay, so let's get this dealing with the Moors and let's get some more precepts. You can make a point, bro?
Come, bro. It just shows too, like uh, Esau knows, the hardship that that Jake goes through. So he used that, them quick payouts, that's really pennies compared to what Jake could get, in distance, long term. But he used that and them patents and all that paperwork to his advantage.
Come on, bro. Yep. So let's play this.
African Moors invaded and conquered parts of Spain and Portugal in the 8th century and established a Muslim state known as Al-Andalus, which lasted for nearly 800 years. During this time, the Moors made significant contributions to fields such as mathematics, astronomy, and medicine, which had a lasting impact on Europe's intellectual development and brought the continent from the Dark Ages into the Renaissance. It remains a Although the farming system in use in Europe before the arrival of the Moors originated from the Romans, the African Moors advanced this agricultural system in Spain by introducing new techniques and crops into the region. Today, amongst other crops that the Moors brought into Spain, rice has become one of Spain's key products. Undoubtedly, since crops are a major source of food, the production of new crops means the availability of new meals. Thus, it is even less surprising that in Spain today, one of the most popular meals is influenced by the African Moors. Paella, as the meal is popularly called, is one of the most iconic Spanish meals that owes its existence to the African Moors. Not only is the key ingredient rice, an agricultural product introduced by the Moors, the spice as well, referred to as saffron, which is an always on duty ingredient in the kitchens of most homes and restaurants or cooking spaces in Spain, can be traced to Moorish origin. This is where the question of whether the Moors truly introduced crops or merely improved the crops already grown in Spain arises. However, even if the latter were true, it does not nullify the fact that many Spanish cuisines and agricultural crop products enjoyed in today's Spanish culture exist courtesy of the African Moors designing a variety of innovative ways to improve farming and cooking techniques. Another testament to this is that Spain's first large scale textile material, cotton, was mass grown by the Moors. The most notable innovation credited to the Moors is the formation of the irrigation system, which raised the bars of agricultural produce. It is not surprising that Spain experienced a decline in agricultural production following the fall and exit of the Moorish Empire. Interest to many curious minds as to how the African Moors became.
Yeah, I just want to add. So you see, when she said when the Moors, empire fell, the Moorish empire fell because it fell to Queen Isabella, and King Ferdinand. All right, two Edomites. All right, which brought that pagan Christianity, okay, on the scene. All right, which is something else we'll go into too. The Spanish Inquisition, because it was after the Moors fell and them devils brought that Spanish Inquisition. Okay, but she said that the Spanish agriculture dropped. When the Moorish Empire left, man. Okay, because the people of wisdom left. You see, and these devils don't got it. Esau couldn't survive by himself. He's not a people that's meant to self-sustain. That's why he has to be a parasite in the earth, man. And he puts on like that he's this great innovator and that he's this top IQ and great thinker. All right, this devil, okay, always needs a parasite. Okay, that's why he's all throughout the earth, taking what everyone else has and making them, his slaves, man. Okay, because this devil has to survive off that. When Scripture said he shall live by the sword, that's his survival tactic. He has to conquer with the sword because he really doesn't have any self-sustaining abilities like that. Okay, that's why when his ass was during the dark ages, his ass was a goddamn caveman, man. Barely could even form a sentence. Okay, when he was left to himself, all right, he devolved into a goddamn caveman, man. You got it, bro. You finna say something?
Yeah, it comes to that into it. It's why you gotta leech off, all these other nations, bro. He gotta go over there in Ukraine and take everything they got, and then people think that these when the government is sending, because they say it's money, but it's really resources. When they're sending these things over there, well, it's just to put that country deeper in debt because it's something that Babylon wants from them that they're gonna end up sucking the life out of that place. But that's what Esau does, like you said, because he can't survive on his own. He can't do nothing on his own, bro.
Bro. Because even if Esau takes over a country that's rich in resources, once he all right go and extrapolate everything, because the devil he overfish, he overhunts, he overmines, he overdoes everything, man, and he just drains the earth dry, and then it's on to the next. Okay, that's why no flesh would be saved if this devil was still in power, man, because he would turn the earth, all right, into a real desert, man. He would turn the earth barren, you know. So let's keep going here.
Without a doubt, many would agree that humans, being relational beings, are naturally inclined to relate with other humans. It is inconceivable and absurd to think that the Moors will spend over 700 years in Spain without a form of interchange between both cultures. However, integrating the practices and cultures of both parties is hardly as simple as it sounds. The Moors were Africans with streaks of Arabian culture since they were Muslims. Spain, on the other hand, had been a Christian territory. This may have influenced the language. After all, the Muslim Moors and Christian Spaniards, regardless of their obvious differences, would not be able to escape communicating with each other. As it appears, more than 4,000 words in the Arabic vocabulary have been adopted as derivatives and roots in Spanish expressions, and most languages in Spain have Arabic influences in.
They called the Moors African, but this was Jake, the Southern Kingdom, because when Jake fled to Africa, okay, fleeing Roman persecution, okay, they was in Western and Northern Africa, all right, and the Moors was known as a people called the Berbers, and they was pretty much, a mercenary type people, and Ishmael under the Umayyad Caliphate, all right, they conquered, all right, Northern Africa, and that's why you have Jake, there's Islam today, that's why you have Libya, Morocco, different northern African countries, okay, that are heavily into Islam because of the Umayyad Caliphate of Ishmael, and they used, all right, the Berbers, which later became the Moors, to take down, all right, the Iberian Peninsula, which is Spain and Portugal, and they left them there as a garrison. And Jake turned, their peninsula to the Moorish Empire, man. All right, so you see a lot of these dark skinned Jakes, because it's mainly Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. Okay, so just putting that out there, but let it play some more.
In their lexicon. It seems that with each sentence spoken in the Spanish language, Europe is being reminded of the significance of the African Moors in the development of Europe. In addition to this, Spain's mixed cultural heritage can be attributed to the Moorish invasion. To put it more definitely, people of African, Arabian, Jewish, and European descent lived together in Al Andalus, the center of the Muslim Spain Empire. Future relations, however few, between these diverse cultures produced a new but mixed generation of Spaniards. At this juncture, it is important to also add that the occupation of Europe by the African Moors impacted North Africa as well. The difference in the skin color of North Africans from the sub-Saharan Africans is said to be accounted for through the relations between the Moors and the European slaves they had won during the invasion of Spain. If the word Moor had a synonym other than black, it would most likely be architecture. African Moors were well known for their artistic structures, which are often broadly categorized in literature as Moorish architecture. The Moorish architecture showed distinct structures and features that exuded Arabian elegance, indicating its origin in Islamic art, and has been admired by many art lovers around the world, making Spain a highly valued tourist attraction center. Spain indeed is a beautiful place, and it is even more true that many of the most beautiful sites visited are buildings such as palaces, mosques, and castles. Certainly, the African Moors were well ahead of Europe with respect to their expertise and craftsmanship in constructing such complex structured buildings. Some of the best examples of beautiful Moorish buildings in existence in Spain today include the Alhambra fortress, the historical ground of the final battle between the Muslim Moors and the Christian Spaniards in 1492, which is today listed by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. The iconic Mosque of Cordoba, an uncanny building of a mosque with a cathedral right in its middle, which depicts the period when Muslim Moors and Christian Spaniards coexisted in Spain, is another great example of excellent Moorish architecture. It goes without saying that any visit to Spain without seeing these Moorish sites or any other might as well be considered incomplete. Although some of the Moorish architectural buildings were destroyed during the expulsion of the Muslim Moors from Spain by armies of some united Christian kingdoms and are in a state of artistic ruin, many of the Moor structures remain and stand as testaments to the aesthetic pleasure and economic value the African Moors contributed and are contributing to Spain. The African Moors had a significant influence on education, particularly during their rule in Spain from the 8th to the 15th century. They established many universities, libraries, and schools, and their intellectual achievements contributed significantly to the development of education in Europe. One of the most significant contributions of the Moors was their translation of many works of ancient Greek philosophers into Arabic. These works were then translated into Latin and became widely available to scholars throughout Europe. The Moors also made significant advances in mathematics, including algebra and geometry, which had a lasting impact on the development of education in Europe. In addition to their contributions to mathematics and philosophy, the Moors also established many centers of learning throughout Spain and Portugal. The most famous of these was the University of Cordoba, which was founded in the 10th century and attracted scholars from all over Europe. The Moors also established many libraries, including the famous library at Alhambra, which was one of the largest libraries in the world at the time. These libraries were open to scholars of all religions, and they became centers of intellectual exchange and learning. Overall, the African Moors had a significant influence on education in Europe, particularly during their rule in Spain. Their intellectual achievements and contributions to mathematics, philosophy, and education had a lasting impact on the development of European civilization. It remains a topic of
So yeah, as you can see, all right, Jake, you know, was always at the forefront when it came to engineering empires. When it came to the engineering aspect, the administrative aspect, military aspect, okay, agriculture aspect of society, all right, the fashion. Jake was at the forefront, okay, on a much higher level. Okay, so that's the rest of that video. We're gonna get a few more. Y'all want to watch that one? You can watch it through. I had skipped, but it goes into how the Moors, came into power, under the Umayyad Caliphate, and it goes into their fall at the end, which we'll get into that. Show you how those devils, see who was acting like a savage or not. Because you see when Jake get in power, you see what Jake be on. Jake get into architecture. All right, Jake get into geometry and you know, algebra. The Moors had street lights. You go into their history, like go to the Moors. Having street lights during that time. You see, Jake is just a lively, vibrant people. Okay, but then when the devil gets in power, okay, you see, all right, the results of it, man. And anything that benefits these people, All right, anything that benefits people in Esau's empire, it has its origin. Okay, uh, mainly in Jake, man. You know, you can say something, bro.
Bro, it just also shows you that anytime we were in power, we made we ruled over. But every time we was in power, we took these things and we took this knowledge and wisdom that we got from Yahweh Shema Shah, and we spreaded it out. And it also goes into that's how it's going to be in the kingdom as well. People are going to be coming to us for their wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So and the to be on topic with it in this case here, when it came to the Spanish, that when Jake got there and took over, he furthered the economy over there, as you would say in this time. He furthered the economy. He helped them with education. He helped with the agriculture. With the building of things. So the point is that when Jake is in control, we don't do like Esau do. Esau takes all the knowledge for himself and he uses it for wickedness. We take the knowledge that we're given from Yahweh Shema Shah and uses it to further things, which is what we that's why we was such a planner.
Come on, bro. I'm trying to see. Do it say something about that city that the Moors had? But it wasn't to the Moors. Creating. New deodorants and toothpaste. Just reading some things. Uh, they made it possible for the Spanish and Portuguese to sail across the Atlantic. So them devils wouldn't even made it to the New World if it wasn't for the Moors maritime industry. They made it possible for Spanish and Portuguese, all right, which eventually that devil Christopher Columbus, would come over, okay, and throw a party on the Northern Kingdom. All right. But yeah, it was a video I had. First, let's but yeah, it just showed how the Moors even had street lights. It was certain candle, all right, that they had, that would stay lit, throughout the night. But yeah, man. So let's go here and get some precepts, because I said we're people of wisdom, and the Lord, He always endowed Jake, with a unique, level of wisdom. All right, even in our lower state, all right, we still better than these goddamn devils, man. Okay, so let's read this in Exodus 30:1. We're gonna read down to like 8. And this is in the NLT. So yeah, we're gonna read down to verse 11, bro.
This is Exodus chapter. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Salaki. This is Exodus chapter 31, verse 1 in the NLT. It says, Then Yahweh Shema Shah said to Moses, Look, I have specifically chosen Bezalel,
Bezalel,
son of Uri, grandson of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. Yep. I have filled him with the spirit of the Most High, giving him great wisdom, ability, and expertise in all kinds of crafts.
Yep. Go ahead. So the Lord, He endowed, this certain Judite, all right, Bezalel, expertise and great wisdom, all right, in all kinds of craft. Okay, and the Lord blessed Jake like that. That's why when you have Jake just in that natural element, which the Moors, they was Islam, they was off. Okay, but they would still, have certain abilities when it came to architecture, agriculture, and particular things. And that wisdom comes from on high. And like we said earlier, Esau is not in him to give credit to the Most High for wisdom. He takes the credit for every goddamn thing, even things that he didn't invent. And he can invent nothing without the elements that's already here. And this man acts like he pulls the elements out of his ass and creates things, man. Okay? That's why he's always trying to outdo what's already invented. Why would you try to remake an apple? The apple doesn't need any altercations. The fruit, okay? The animals, you don't need to clone the animals. Animals reproduce. What are you doing? Okay? When they reproduce, they cloning themselves. That method is already set up. Mm-hmm. Okay? So everything that this man tries to do is against what's already created, and that's him trying to have one up on the Most High, on the wisdom of the Most High, man. And it's all right, idiocracy, man. Okay, and that's why the devil ultimately has to be stopped, man. Okay, but you got it, bro.
Come. This is verse 4. He is a master craftsman, expert in working with gold, silver, and bronze. He is skilled with.
No, you got it.
Come. He is skilled in engraving and mounting gemstones and in carving wood. He is a master in every craft.
He's a master in every craft, man. You see? So who endowed him with that spirit? The Most High. Who endowed us with wisdom? You know, because Jake is, creative now. You know, Jake, mechanics and, carpenters and, there's engineers, Jake, doctors and, like Jake is the top of any field. Okay. Any field you can think of when it comes to, wisdom, Jake is at the top of the field, man. Okay, they just like to push Jake as being the top athlete, but nah, man, Jake be top financiers, top engineers, top mechanics and architects, real time today. Go ahead, bro.
Come. And I have personally appointed Halad,
Yep.
son of Ahashamat of the tribe of Dan, to be his assistant. Moreover, I have given special skill to all the gifted craftsmen so they can come and make all the things I have commanded you to make. The tabernacle, the ark of the covenant, the ark's cover, the place of atonement, all the furnishings of the tabernacle, the table and its utensils, the pure gold lampstand with all its accessories, the incense altar, the altar that burnt offerings with all its utensils, the wash basin?
Yeah, wash basin. Yep.
The water, the wash basin with its stand, the beautifully stitched garments, the sacred garments of Aaron the priest, and the garments for his sons to wear as they minister as priests, the anointing oil, the fragrant incense for the holy place. The craftsman must make everything as I have commanded you.
Yep. And that was for when the Lord was having Jake, to get ready. They doing the tabernacle. Then they was getting ready to because even the tabernacle was decked out. That moving tent that they had in the wilderness, but then they was getting ready to make, Aaron's garments, okay, and his ephod, So the Lord blessed them, to be wise in those particular crafts, to be cunning, in those crafts, okay, because Aaron's garment, they were finna deck on Aaron out, man, the high priest, And then when you go into the building of the temple was just, oh man. I had a video I played a while ago.
I appreciate to back you up too, bro.
What you got, bro?
Proverbs 2, start at 5.
Okay, Proverbs 2:5. Okay, come.
Because you said that Yahweh Shema Shah, the Lord gives us the wisdom.
Yep. Yeah, I found that video dealing with the temple. Get KJV. Just to show you, how decked out the temple was. This and it just, we still, it's a computer image. We can imagine, the authentic temple. Is it Proverbs
5? 5 to I think 9, Baba Shah.
Okay, you got it, bro.
Comes the Proverbs chapter 2, starting at verse 5. It says, "Then shalt thou understand the fear of Yahweh Shema Shah and find the knowledge of the Most High." So, Go ahead.
No, you got it.
So that fear in Yahweh Shema Shah is the beginning of that knowledge. As the scripture says, fear in Yahweh Shema Shah is the beginning of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. In verse 26, it says, "For Yahweh Shema Shah giveth wisdom," and that's what the brother was saying. Our wisdom, these things that we get, learning how to do these things. How I was going into the brother getting all those. He was an expert in all things. When it came to craftiness, of learning how to build and structure and everything like that. Verse 26 says that wisdom is given it comes from Yahweh Shema Shah. And it says, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. All right, verse 7, it says he laid up sound wisdom for the righteous. All right, he is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. So when you're walking and you're following Yahweh Shema Shah to the best of your abilities, you're going to get wisdom according to your portion. Those brothers was given that wisdom because they were given a particular task to do. So Yahweh Shema Shah provided them with the wisdom that they needed. All right. Verse 8, it says, he keepeth the paths of judgment and preserve the ways of his saints. Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgments and it's like I can't get it out. Equity.
Yep.
Yeah, every good path. So when we have that fear in Yahweh Shema Shah and we're doing exactly what he's telling us to do, he's going to provide us with the wisdom, that knowledge, and that understanding the same way the brother just brought out that account.
Mm-hmm. Come on, bro. And that's going to segue perfectly to this next precept I got in the GNT. That's that video I put up there if y'all want to see the temple. Now, they went off because they had like some finks, them Egyptian finks in the temple, but just give you an example, of, how the temple, decked out. So let's get this in the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. Read verse 7, then we're going to jump down, bro.
It's a Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, starting at verse 7. It says, realizing that I was only human and prayed and was given understanding, the spirit of wisdom came to me.
Yeah, so it begins with, humility, man. Going back to fearing the Lord, because the fear of the Lord takes, humility. So that reverence for Yahweh Shai, how about Shem Shai, and he prayed, and wisdom was given unto him. You're getting a reverb. You got another device on or something?
Yeah, I'm turning that down on my end. Let me know what it sound like.
Okay. Yeah. So you say you got another device going?
No, I had the. I think the sound was up too. It was coming out too loud. I usually have my earpiece in, but I couldn't find it for the listen.
Oh, okay. But it just started doing it, so it's all right. It's loading now.
Come.
You can deal. All right. So we're gonna jump down to Wisdom of Solomon. You can jump down to verse. All right, 17, and it goes into the wisdom, that was given to King Solomon, because these devils boast like they the first to do this and the only people to do this, man. Esau late, okay, late in the hill, and the Most High gave him this technology ultimately to destroy himself, like the fighter jet and all these different things. Well, we've been had chariots, man. Okay, so we've been had an Air Force, all right, that didn't need, all right, jet fuel, okay, that didn't need a $1 trillion, okay, military budget, okay. So anything that the devil can boast in, we've been on that, man. All right, and the world gonna see in our kingdom that this devil really wasn't on that, man. Okay, you got it, bro.
Come, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7, jump down to verse 17.
Hold on, let me get that out the way.
Come, I got you, bro.
You got it.
Come, verse 17. It is he who gave me true knowledge of the forces of nature, what the world is made of, how the elements behave.
Yep. So King Solomon knew these things. Okay. All these billions of dollars that the devil poured into his colleges and research. King Solomon was given these things, man. Okay, he had to go to Harvard, Yale. Okay, nah, man, the Lord gave him these things, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 18. How the calendar is determined by the movements of the sun, the changing seasons,
Yep.
the constellations,
Yeah, constellations. Yep.
the constellations and the cycles of years.
Yeah, astronomy. Okay, and study, the stars and celestial beings, sun, the moon, the calendar. Okay, the seasons. You got it, bro.
Verse 20. He has taught me about the nature of living creatures, the behavior of wild animals, the force of the winds, the reasoning powers of humans begins, the different kinds of plants, the use of their roots as medicine.
Yeah, so he knew, what they would say would be zoology. He knew psychology. You know, he knew the ecosystem. He knew about the herbs. You know,
Herbalist.
yeah, he knew all these things, man. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 21. I learned these things that were well known and the things that had never been known before.
Yep, things that had never been known before. Okay, so King Solomon was on a higher level than any Edomite of today. Okay, and Yahushua is even on a higher level than it, and we're going to be on even a higher level than King Solomon was, man. When we're changed, so we're people of wisdom, man. All right, we're not YNs, okay, and sexy reds, okay, that Esau pushes us to be, or they try to make it seem like, the Gadites, were just over here wilding out, eating each other, just going to war all the time. That's all they did, man. Okay, nah, man, Jake always been the people, of understanding, man. Even in our lower state, even times when, we was off as a people. Okay, the Lord still, left us, some ingenuity and wisdom, to live off of, man. Okay, because Jake didn't live by the sword like Esau. Okay, so let's get this and we read down about verse 7. We close it out. It's Sirach 24:1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 24, verse 1. It says, wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people.
Mm-hmm. So wisdom shall praise herself and glory in the midst of her people. Now it likens, this wisdom to a woman in certain instances in the Bible. Okay, because as Israelite men and sons of God, that's how we're supposed to be into wisdom. Just as you're into a woman, like you're all into a woman that you like, okay, that you're into, you're all into it. Well, this is how we're supposed to be about wisdom. You're supposed to be all into it, man.
Mm-hmm.
As the scriptures say, it's the glory of the Most High to conceal the thing, but it's the honor of the King to search them out, man. So we're supposed to be into this, man. You got it, bro.
Verse 2. In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power.
Yeah, in the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph in his power. Go ahead.
Verse 3. I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud.
Yeah, because the embodiment of the Most High's wisdom, is Yahushua. So when Yahushua was spoken into existence by the Heavenly Father, he was, endowed, with the wisdom of the Heavenly Father. That's how, at the beginning, the Heavenly Father was able to, the Heavenly Father was able to use Yahushua to create, with the Elohim, okay? Because the Most High put, his wisdom in his son, Yahushua. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 4. I dwell in high places and my throne is in a cloudy pillar.
Go ahead.
I alone compass the circuit of heaven and walk in the bottom of the deep.
Go ahead.
In the waves of the sea and in all the earth and in every hue, and in every people and nation, I I got a possession.
Go ahead.
With all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide?
Yeah, so through the wisdom of the Heavenly Father, all right, through Yahweh Shai, everything was created. Those first fruit spirits, first. That's why they call the first fruit spirits, Israel. Okay, that's why Israel is known as the firstborn, and then, the earth. Okay, and the people, all right, was created. Creation itself was created. So when all this was said and done, okay, where is this wisdom going to reside? Okay, where is this wisdom? Okay, is going to reside in the earth. Okay, and it's going to go into it. Go ahead.
Come, verse 8. So the creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob and thy inheritance in Israel.
Yep, so the creator of all things, the Most High, commanded wisdom to rest, okay, in Jacob. Okay, so there's a special wisdom, that Jacob will possess. Okay, and we see these things on a practical level. And in this time, the Lord has, endowed, a remnant, with the true wisdom from on high. So as wisdom, as people look at wisdom, all right, and see, all right, everything works off wisdom. Well, there's a people whom the Lord told wisdom to rest on, and that's Jacob, man. Okay, so Esau, his number one thing is to make Jake, to be less than, okay, to be a joke, all right, not to be taken seriously. Okay, that's the propaganda that he has put, on Jake. Okay, but we have to understand, when you look at society and civilizations of the past, man, Jake played a very integral part. Okay, and even to this day. All right. Now, what's being produced now. All right. Like I say, missile food, 2/3 these GMO babies. Okay. But throughout history, man, Jake always played, a major part when it came to engineering empire, so and that's all through the glory of Yahweh Shema Shai. And that's just a token, that Jake is a special people, in the earth. So you had anything else before we close out, bro?
Bro, you got it.
All right, well, with that, we pray that you brothers, all right, and your sisters edified once again, and give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the whole Shalom.
Shalom.